It's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
Oh no, this man must be stopped. There are two kinds of black friends, the kind that put you over with black people, and really a lot of white people too. And then there are those that sacrifice themselves in the process. You know, the kind that get bold when no other black people are around.
We deserve President Donald J. Trump.
The ones that will lie to black people.
About Black History Month, let's talk about black results. Under President Trump, we were certainly better off. I mean, Harris, you know the numbers, but let me just break them down very quickly. Number one, economically, we had the lowest unemployment rate in the history of our country.
And the ones that will lie on black people.
Who's the president who brought the most money in for historically black colleges and universities? Donald Trump.
By the way, in 2019, Trump did sign the Future Act that permanently provided $255 million in annual support for HBCUs that had lapsed after Congress didn't renew the funding. Biden made no changes to that commitment, and federal funding of HBCUs has increased every year under Biden to the tune of $2.7 billion in HBCU funding through the American Rescue Plan. That was in addition to that annual funding increase. Also, the unemployment rate for black residents shrunk to a record low 4.7% in April 2023, the first time the rate fell below 5% since the department began tracking the statistic for blacks in 1972, which, by the way, is kind of messed up. They didn't track it for us until then. But I digress. Now, Donald Trump has had black friends before. There was Omarosa.
You seem to have suspected, when you heard that Donald Trump had used the N-word, had made racially derogatory things back when he was filming, in fact, the first year of The Apprentice. What made you think they might be true?
Well, I didn't discover it until the fall of the campaign in 2016 when a producer, Bill Pruitt, came out and he tweeted that Donald Trump had said some very horrible things, including some racist things. My first reaction to it was just, this can't be true. This is somebody I've known since 2003. He had always been kind to me, as I said repeatedly in dozens and dozens of interviews. And so when I heard it, my first instinct was to protect him.
That ended badly, but come on, Omarosa. Come on now. I'll take your "this is what really happened" and charge it as "I was fine with it until I got fired." And then there was Ben Carson.
Everything they have, they're throwing at President Trump because they're desperate to stop him. And they're desperate to stop you and me.
Oh, my bad. That apparently won't ever end. I think he's still talking. But now, Trump's got a new black friend.
Because I told them right to their face, nobody owes you anything for slavery. If you want to tell the truth about it, it is you who owes.
No, not you, Mark Robinson. You really said that, though? That should be a whole nother video, and I'll make it. But no, you gotta wait your turn. You know it's only one black friend at a time. I mean, this guy.
I have to say, this is in a very positive way, Tim Scott. He has been much better for me than he was for himself. I watched this campaign, and
I'm sorry, come again?
I have to say, this is in a very positive way, Tim Scott. He has been much better for me than he was for himself. I watched this campaign, and
you're laughing at him roasting you like that in front of everybody? He said you're better for him than you are for yourself. Man, you used to be a congressman in South Carolina. And you were the first black senator elected from the South since the Reconstruction era. Only the fourth black senator since Blanche Bruce, who was a former slave. And now you're sitting in the stands kikiing while Trump slanders your whole career? A career helped by Nikki Haley, by the way.
Did you ever think that she actually appointed you, Tim? And think of it. Appointed, and you're the senator of his state, and she endorsed me. You must really hate her. No, it's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
No, that's why he's a great politician.
Your dignity is turning over in his grave right now, wondering what it's been your whole life. Weren't you just in the race? Now, we can make fun of Nikki Haley for a lot of things. I mean a lot of things, and I've done it. But still being in a race that you dropped out of, that ain't one of them. I don't see how you can hate from outside the club. You can't even get in. And didn't you just get engaged? What's Mindy supposed to think? You finally decide to come out the closet and get married, and now you out here professing love to another man in public. Can we unclaim a black man more than once? Can he be double unclaimed?
Although there's a lot of tension, obviously, between President Trump and Governor Haley. That makes sense as they're headed to the showdown in South Carolina. But he says things like she may not be eligible to run, suggesting she wasn't born in the U.S., which she was.
Okay, he got this one. He got to call out the racism. Birtherism again? Trump, you are nothing if not predictable.
Well, there's no doubt that the race has gotten kind of challenging without any question. Listen, the rhetoric coming out of the Haley camp, talking about people's age. We see the Haley camp and the family referring to me as Judas Iscariot. We're hearing a lot of chatter out of the Haley camp, not only just matching the rhetoric from the Trump side, but actually going further. Why? Because they're desperate.
You know what? Maybe he just didn't hear you. You know what? Let's give him another shot.
He has also called Haley a bird brain, questioned whether she has the right to run for president because her immigrant parents were not yet legal citizens. How does that attract independents? How does that attract people who voted for Nikki Haley?
Well, here's what I can tell you. Both candidates and all candidates should focus on the issues without any question. When Nikki Haley talks about the president's age and a competency test, I think that turns off senior voters. It's one of the reasons why.
But go back to Donald Trump. I want to talk about Donald Trump.
Well, it's one of the reasons why senior voters support Donald Trump. Here's what we should ask ourselves, and I'm asking myself.
Please answer the question about him calling her a bird brain. You worked with her. She appointed you a senator. Do you like that kind of language?
His language is far more provocative than mine, but this is not about simply my opinion of one candidate. I also think that talking about someone's age is inappropriate.
Wow. Tim Scott turned on the one person who nominated him for the Senate, and the only people surprised haven't been following Tim Scott, because you can't expect loyalty from a black man who turned on black people. Also, we're not talking about age anymore.
The guy can't even walk off a platform. No, he can't find the stairs. He can't put two sentences together.
Are you sure?
When I imitate Biden, who can't find the stairs ever. What the hell are they doing? All you need is one stair. But for Biden, you need many. Thank you. Where am I? Thank you. But he goes, and then.
That's your man's?
But he ran, and he did fine. And then when he got out, he endorsed me, and he's a surrogate. He's the greatest surrogate I've ever seen.
Oh, he's a surrogate, all right.
This is now a race between Joe Biden and our friend Donald Trump. This is a race between America's future and America's past.
Oh, the past. Like an old president from before this guy who's still complaining about the election in 2020. Well, he is right about one thing.